Okay, so today was an interesting day as far as my trades and how everything ended up working out. So let me unhide. I took one trade today. I ended up taking a loss on it, but I also want to express or I want to show the trade from a little bit earlier prior to this one that I lost that played out well and I did not take for one reason and one reason only. And obviously looking back and um, yeah, I was a little bit upset with myself looking back because the result of today ended up being a loss simply because I was um, too scared to enter would be my um, that would be the reason behind why I didn't enter. Now, granted, I have not taken a trade in what feels like forever because of just I couldn't trade yesterday because of there's like a rule on funded accounts. I trade Top Step where if the market is going berserk and we're down 5%, you could potentially lose your account if you trade past like the 7% mark. I don't know exactly how it works, so I just avoided it. And that's not the first day where we've just seen some crazy price action recently because of the tariffs. So um, I'm not blaming price action. Um, I'm just saying that there's a reason I have not taken that many trades. And so today being my first day placing a trade in a while again, maybe that has something to do with it. But at the end of the day, I'll explain. This was the first trade I was looking to take. As you can see, I would have been in and out within 2 minutes, zero drawdown, and it would have been a great trade. Now, at this point in the day, we were up like around 3.5%, 4%. What the hell? We were up like 3.5%, 4% by the time I was looking to take this trade. Daily is obviously bearish. Weekly is obviously bearish. 4 hour was bullish at this point. 4 hour was bullish. Right, how did we close to this point for the 4 hour? Actually, we hadn't closed for the 4 hour yet, but it was pretty damn. It was obvious we were going to close bullish at this point, right? It was 15 minutes until the 4 hour candle closed, and this is how we were fine to expect that to be bullish. So we'll even call the 4 hour bullish, 1 hour bullish, 15-minute bullish. So order flow was on our side, aside from obviously the daily and the weekly, but we were scalping here, so it wouldn't have been that big of a deal that the daily and the weekly wasn't in alignment as long as the lower time frames were. So you can see we tapped into a 15-minute fair value gap. You can see the sweep here, but you'll see it better on the 1 minute like I was showing before. Sweep of liquidity. Got our distribution here, break a structure. We also inverted a fair value gap. I was looking to enter off of this fair value gap. And I watched it play out in real time without me. And the reason I did not get in was because I did not like how this fair value gap was so tiny. That was literally my reasoning. I said, I don't really like that. I don't like how the fair value, I like this type of fair value gap bigger. This fair value gap seemed like a lot of it got filled already, or it was a tiny fair value gap. So I was like, no, I'm good. And I go and watch it give me zero drawdown and a perfect entry for a 1 to 1.6 trade. So that was my morning, and then I came back, or I didn't come back. This was also a trade in the morning, a little bit later in the session, in the AM session, and I'll show this as well. Now I'm not mad that I took this loss because, I didn't. I followed my rules, so it's not a bad loss. It just stinks that it had to happen because I was too scared to enter the initial trade. Because had I entered the initial trade, I would have been done for the day. I would have left the charts at 9:45 and been done with a win. So not taking that trade made me stay, which is fine. And again, It's not like I forced anything. I took a trade that followed my model, but again, it led to a loss. Anyway, with this setup, wait, did I took that other one off? Let me take this off so it's not distracting. So with this setup here, only thing different about it that wasn't as nice as the initial setup was the fact that we had broken structure on the 15 minute, so we were technically bearish on the 15 minute when I took this trade. However, we were respecting I wouldn't even say that, because we're technically not. We were bearish on the 15 minute. Still bullish on the 4 hours, still bullish on the hourly when I took this trade. And we were somewhat respecting a 1 hour fair value gap that I was assuming was going to get respected, and we'd continue higher on the day, especially now. This is something I wanted to take note of too, especially because we didn't take this. However, there was an SMT. There was an SMT, and also NAS 100 USD. I looked at it, which is like the 4x version of NASDAQ. Didn't take it. Right, this led to a daily fair value gap right above this high, so that was what I was looking for. I don't even know if I wasn't even trading towards that, but it was just something to take note of. Like, we had SMT there, so even less of a reason to take this potentially. However, again, 4 hour bullish, 1 hour bullish, inside 1 hour fair value gap. 15 minute bullish. Wait, actually, was it when I entered? No, it wasn't when I entered. 1 minute bullish. Right, we broke structure, decent distribution, and I was targeting this high here. So a reasonable draw on liquidity, nothing too crazy. Ended up getting stopped out immediately, so that was good. At least I didn't have to sit in a long trade and watch it wither away towards my stop loss. But yeah, looking back, some things here. We had the SMT, look, at the end of the day, I wasn't even looking for this high, right? I was looking for like something more reasonable, in my opinion, for a 1-to-1. But we had the SMT, so something to take note of. Right, you'll see like, oh, we didn't take this high. Well, if you go to ES, we did. That's SMT. Bearish on 15 minute, maybe that should have been my sign not to enter. I wasn't going to flip my bias to bearish yet. I should have maybe just potentially used it as a reason for me not to enter at all and sit on my hands. But I wasn't going to flip my bias to bearish because, 1 hour and 4 hour were still bullish. So yeah, that was the loss I took. Let's see if there was like a potential for any other setup. I was watching this. This is what I wanted to see get taken if we were going to be bearish on the day, but I couldn't take a setup. One, because it was during lunch session, and also because we were still bullish on the 1 hour until we had actually closed underneath here. Still bullish on the 1 hour and 4 hour until we closed underneath these lows. So it was hard for me to take a sell if that was the case. But yeah, the rest of the day I was looking for a potential sell once we got, closer to, I was looking for a sell to this level when we were trading at around 2 p.m. Took that without an entry ever being given to me, and then I was looking for these lows to get taken, which they also did without an entry ever given to me. So wasn't able to, obviously wasn't going to force anything. I was going to look to take some profits back or some of my losses back if the market allowed me, but it did not. Tomorrow's a fresh day. We will see what happens. Looking back, the one thing I'd like to change about today was just don't be scared of an entry. If your model's there, take the trade. Because, right here I'm scared of a loss. And the irony in it is the fact that the trade I was scared of a loss was the one that I won on paper. And the trade where I said, I'm cool to enter, this fits my model, the inversion fair value gap's good enough, we distributed nicely, is the one that stopped me out. So that's the irony in it, right? I didn't love the distribution here. I like the distribution here. Where is it? Right here. I like the distribution here as opposed to this distribution, but guess what happened? This one ends up playing out. This one ends up stopping me out. So something to take note of. My model was present here, so I should have taken the trade. But that is the day wrapped up. Another crazy day in the month, just objectively crazy. We were up close to 5% at one point this morning. We finished down almost 2%. We're talking about 7% swings. Almost like daily now. It feels like it's it's not normal. It's really not normal. I'm definitely trading in a weird environment right now. I've done a pretty good job of protecting my capital. Again, not mad at the trade I took today, even though it was a loss. I followed my trading plan. Looking to do the same tomorrow. Looking to do the same tomorrow. Hopefully next time I see my model, it ends up giving me an entry and it plays out in my favor. And hopefully I'm able to find my model relatively soon, right? I'd prefer to have another setup this week, but because of how price action's been, I don't even know if that'll happen. So we'll see. But yeah, that's the price action today, and those are my trades.